Don't give crap. The one paid. What's going on? Sounds like something's happening over at the market. There seems to be some manner of dispute occurring. I wonder what's that. Should we go take a look? Yeah, let's go and see. Yeah, what's going on? I mean, this place was so tranquil and calm a minute ago. Don't give me that crap, this is my spot! I paid for it, so it's mine. I'm the one who paid for this spot. Look, I've even got the permit for it, so stop lying to me and vamoose. May I ask what the problem is? Perhaps we can help in some way. There seems to be some question over which of these two, gentlemen gave control of this area to set up his stall. The young merchant over there is a local, while the merchant wearing a suit is from the capital. So they're both claiming the same spot? How odd. Permits for the market are issued by the provincial ruling lord. Oh, so for sale that would be... Whoa. This isn't good. We must stop them. Who are you? Unhand me at once! I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, but violence doesn't solve anything. You both need to calm yourselves. You've been worked into a rage. Fuck! What are you, high schoolers? This has nothing to do with you meddling kids. We're having a mature discussion here, and I'll thank you not to interfere. Since when has grabbing a person by the neck been considered mature? If you truly intend to have a mature conversation, then perhaps you should try acting a little more like adults. What did you say to me? We're students from Thor's Military Academy. We are currently visiting this town on a field study. And while we're not yet formal members of the army, I'm afraid we cannot simply walk by and ignore a fight in such a public place. Military Academy? Yeah, so they're a bunch of soldiers in training. What in Idios' name is happening here? Oh, now look what you've done. Manager Otto. I've been filled in on what's happened. I understand both of you have a permit for the same stall, is that correct? Yeah! And both permits expired at the same time too. What's the meaning of this? I understand your concerns, but fighting over it here is greatly inconveniencing the other customers. I'll be happy to discuss the matter in private, but I'll need to ask you both to put your differences aside until it's been resolved. Okay. I guess. Well, that was a close one. Seems like everything's gonna be fine now, though. Yeah, guess he's the guy in charge. Maybe they appreciate the four of you stepping in to help defuse the situation, though. Though I suppose I expect no less from the infamous Class 7 I've heard so much about. Oh. How do you know about Class 7? My name is Otto. I'm the manager of the Keldish Grind Market. I have some things to discuss with you. If you'd be so kind as to come along, I'll treat you to some tea. So you were responsible for choosing our assignments? Indeed, Principal Van Dyke is an old friend of mine, you see. He asked me to personally select a few tasks that you might be able to complete. Well, that was nice of him. We appreciate your consideration as well. Oh, it was no trouble at all. Likewise, I'm grateful to you for taking some troublesome tasks off my hands. And I can't thank you enough for all your help with the market. If you hadn't been there, I imagine someone would have wound up getting hurt. I'm just glad you got there when we did. So both merchants will be taking turns using the same stall at the front of the market, right? That's right. Both of their permits are genuine, but their merchandise and temperaments don't lead themselves to sharing a space. Eventually, they agreed to compromise where they would each make use of the front stall on alternate weeks. The other stall we reserved is near the back of the market, however, so whoever's relegated there will likely see far lower sale numbers. Well, it's better than nothing, I guess, but still, really unfortunate. I must admit, I do find this whole matter rather perplexing. To my knowledge, the issue of market permits is the sole responsibility of each province's ruling lord. For a mistake such as this to have been made in the first place raises some rather unpleasant questions. That's true, it's a lord's duty to control the flow of goods. If he can't handle it, the local economy could really suffer. Quite right. Ordinarily, that responsibility would fall upon the Duke's household. The Duke? The Kuzarian province is ruled by Duke Albarea, one of the four most powerful nobles in the entire country, correct? But lately, the situation surrounding the Duke's household has been getting a bit... well, it's complicated. Complicated? A few months ago, he increased the sales tax for our market rather significantly. And with a larger percentage of the profits being taken away from them, the merchants have begun to get rather desperate. Fights like the one you saw earlier are becoming more and more commonplace. I see. Sales tax is something which should not be raised without careful consideration. History has shown us how damaging such actions can actually be. I've never heard of anything like that happening in the capital, though. Have you tried raising objections to the increase? Of course, I've even gone to Berea Head numerous times to petition the Duke personally. But they always just drive me away at the gate without listening to a word I have to say. This has been going on for roughly 2 months now. If that's the case, the mix-up with the permits may be more than just an accident. Are you suggesting they might be getting careless when dealing with the market, or maybe they're deliberately trying to cause problems? I don't think it's a good idea to jump to conclusions, however. But I will say that before all this began, the soldiers in the guardhouse absolutely would have intervened in a scuffle like that. Oh? Unlike the Imperial Army, the province's province army's main priority is maintaining the status quo throughout the territory. So mediated arguments which threaten the status quo would absolutely fall within the scope of their duties. Correct. It seems that unless we accept this tax increase, they intend to throw a blind eye to the market. The commanding officer at the guardhouse has even made comments suggesting as much. That's not right at all. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be talking about matters like this with you. This is strictly an internal affair to be dealt with among us merchants. You have no reason to concern yourselves with it. You need to be focused on your field study. And I'll have a new list of tasks for you for tomorrow morning as well. You will? So you were asked to prepare some for each day of our visit then? That's right, I've got a few difficult ones in mind too, but I'm sure you're up for them. Or at least I hope you are. Don't worry, we are. We'll do our very best to meet your expectations. So that's this auto guy that she was on about. Anyway, now we'll go back to see Seda, I suppose. Oh, Sada, sorry. That all sounds really unfair. Yeah, I agree. Provincial lords have the duty and the right to decide upon and collect taxes in the regions they control. And as long as that remains the case, there's not really much the general populace can do to stand against them. I'm reluctant to comment on how others should choose to rule their own territories, but harassing one's people like this seems clearly inappropriate. I've heard many rumours about the current head of House Albarea. The current head is Eustace's dad, right? So couldn't we just ask Eustace for some help here? I doubt there's anything he could do. Among the nobility, decisions made by the head of the house are absolute. And since the Albareas represent one of the 4 great houses, that old tradition is absolutely guaranteed to be alive and well. The Emperor himself is probably the only one with more power than the heads of the 4 great houses. Guess that's a no then. I see you're all busy mulling things over. Excellent, excellent. Instructor Sarah? Damn it! Sarah! There's no extra H. Anyway, what brings you here? I figured it was about time for me to get going. Group B is not getting anything done, as expected, so I'm about to go help sort them out. What? We gotta see Group B now? The town of Parma is a considerable distance from here. Now, let me worry about that. You four are perfectly capable of looking after yourselves anyway, right? Put your heads together and think. I'm certain now you'll see what you need to do. Adios be with you. I'll be looking forward to your report. I can't believe it. It's as though she knows exactly what's going on. Even though she spent the whole day drinking at the inn. Could she remind her something? I'd suggest we return to our room and rest for the night in any case. We still have our reports to write, so an early dinner seems wise. Yeah, you're right. I'm so tired. Me too, I feel like I'm gonna fall asleep at the dinner table without even making it to my bed. Done that before. Not an entertaining or fun experience. Where is the weathercock? That's not it. Here, there it is. It's such a dumb name. Return to the inn for dinner.
Ah, that was delicious. Those were some seriously fresh vegetables, too.
Yeah, nothing beats food made from local ingredients.
I quite enjoyed the rye bread myself.
I suppose this whole field study thing isn't so bad when you take the menu into account. I wonder what the others in Group B are doing right now.
Somehow I doubt they're sitting around a table and talking like we are.
That would certainly be a shock if they were. I can't help but question what exactly Class 7's purpose is, though. Instructor Sarah says it's about Arcus, but I don't think that's the only reason we've been brought together.
I'm certain it's not. If that were all, today's field study tasks would serve little purpose.
It seems as though she's trying to make us experience, I don't know, things. Like all kinds of things, big and small. What I can't wrap my head around, though, is why.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to put everything in its place, why don't you just go with the flow for a change? It seems like you're desperately trying to find something. But if you don't plant yourself somewhere, you're just gonna blow away with the next big gust that comes along.
What do we have to offer one another, when our reasons for enrolling at Thor's in the first place are undoubtedly very different?
Our reasons?
I hadn't considered that.
My reason for enrolling was quite simple. I aim to come ever closer to my goal. Or, rather, to the person whom I regard as such.
Who's that?
This is neither the time nor the place to discuss such matters. Best to save that topic for another day. What about you, Elisa? Why did you enroll at the academy?
There's no one single reason, but I think I just wanted to assert my independence. I mean, my situation back at home isn't exactly ideal, and this seemed like a good way to get out and do more, I guess.
I see.
It sounds like I'm probably in the minority then. See, I wasn't intending on coming here at all originally. I wanted to do something completely different.
You did?
Oh yeah, you said you were really hoping you'd get into a music academy, right?
Oh?
Well, I wasn't that serious about it or anything. What about you, Reen? You're the last holdout, and since you're the one who brought it up, it's only fair you answer the question too.
Me? I wanted to find myself, I guess.
Find yourself?
Huh?
Sorry. That makes it sound like a much bigger deal than it actually is. That's the best way I can think of to put it, though.
Nothing wrong with that. Going on a journey of self-discovery? It's actually a pretty cool answer.
Yeah, I had no idea you were such a romanticist. You sure don't come across as one.
I shouldn't have said anything.
So you want me to wake you up at 6 tomorrow, right? Yes, please. We've only got until noon, until tomorrow evening, so we'd like to get an early start. Really appreciate it. Not a problem at all. Have a good night. Good night.
But we're not actually going to sleep yet, are we? Not until we write our reports for the day.
I want to shut off my brain so badly right now, but it doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon.
She seems to have forgotten all about the room situation, and I'm not about to remind her.
Reen?
What is it?
I was unsure whether to ask or not, but I've decided that this question bears answering. Why have you chosen to hold back?
What?
Your sword style and technique. It is the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade school, is it not? Popularized by the sword hermit, Yun Ka-Fai, it combines the best elements of other Eastern sword styles. Those who master any of its forms are referred to as a divine blade, and are said to understand the true nature of all things.
You certainly know an awful lot about it. I didn't think it was particularly renowned here in the Empire.
We of the Arseid School consider the studying of other swordsmanship styles to be an essential part of our training. In addition, my father once told me, if you follow the path of the sword, it is only a matter of time before you encounter a follower of the 8 Leaves.
Your father said that? It's an honor to be acknowledged by the Radiant Blade Master himself. I'm nothing special, though. I'm just a dropout who's never even been able to progress past beginner level. I did train under Master Ka-Fai for a while, but I started to feel like I couldn't go any further with my abilities, and he cut my training short.
What?
So I'm really not holding back. Honest. I actually kind of feel like I'm dirtying the good name of the 8 Leaves School, in fact. But this is my limit. I'm sorry I can't quite live up to your expectations. Laura?
You have no reason to apologize to me. This is a matter you must come to terms with on your own. Though I'll admit to some disappointment, I was hoping you'd prove to be a good sparring partner. I'm going to practice outside for a bit. Please go and finish your report with Elisa and Elliot.
There's a lot he doesn't want to talk about, huh? I can see in his eyes sometimes that he's bottling something up and trying really hard to keep anyone else from noticing.
You've noticed it too? You sure have taken quite an interest in him.
I was just trying to work out the best time to apologize, that's all. It's not like I've been consciously paying attention to him or anything, honestly.
Reen's not the only one bottling up his feelings though, is he? You've been doing the same thing.
Yeah, I guess I have.
Ooh, you're moving up in the world.
Nice.
I've got a little reward here for you.
Might be 6 now. Anyway, onwards.
Drinks are on me someday.
Someday. Here you are, your task for the day. The market manager left them with me. Thanks. Field Study Day 2 is assigned task. West Celtic Highway Monster. A large ferocious monster has been sighted on the West Celtic Highway. We'd all be much happier if someone took it out. Monster is Zwardar. Really? Or is it Swordar? Whatever. stone bridge leading to Heimdall on the West Celtic Highway, and lost wallet. Yesterday I found a wallet on the floor in front of my stall. Would someone be willing to find its owner for me? See me at the ceramic stall and I'll tell you more. Okay. Even fewer than yesterday. Maybe he gave us less work to do because he knew he'd be going back to Trista today. Sounds about right. He's a very considerate man. The last train headed your way leaves here around 9 tonight. You get those done quickly enough, you could have dinner here before you leave. Thank you very much. We greatly appreciate your kindness. Shall we get started then? Sounds good. Looks like today's tasks are all optional too. Hey Laura, I want to apologize for what I said to you yesterday evening. Reen? As I told you then, this is a matter you must come to terms with on your own. It is not something for which an apology is required. That's not really what I meant. I wanted to apologize for making light of the way of the sword. Huh? What I said about being a dropout who's never been able to progress past beginner level was disrespectful. To Master Kafai, to the school I follow, and to the path of the sword itself. And for those reasons, I feel it was inappropriate for me to say what I said. So, I'm sorry. If that's the case, then there's one other person you should be apologizing to as well. Huh? I can't pretend to know much about your personal circumstances, but regardless of one's background or social standing, one should always be able to live with pride in him or herself. Thus, if you truly did make light of yourself and your own abilities, that is an act of shame for which you owe yourself recompense. Let me ask you one question, Reen. Do you like the path of the sword? It's not really a matter of liking or disliking it, I don't think. It's a part of my life, an inseparable part of who I am. That's all I wanted to hear. I feel exactly the same way. Laura. So you two are friends again then? Were we not? Never any rift between us that I knew about. Indeed, this is all handled rather neatly, I felt. You're both so simple-minded. I feel like an idiot spending so much time trying to devise a plan to get the two of you to make up. Well, you did what now? It would seem we've caused you undue concern. Ah, jeez, can we just forget about all this and move on? Looks like the ground's dried after the rainfall, so to speak. Glad to see you all looking a little less gloomy. Margaret Wigg's in trouble! Big, big trouble! Slow down, Louise. It's the first thing in the morning. You're about poised to wake up the dead, so you're making such a commotion. Where have you been anyway? You're late! Nah, I'm sorry. I just got caught up on the way here. But never mind that. We have a big, big trouble. Something terrible happened over at the market. Something terrible, you say? Huh? What terrible thing has happened exactly? Well, it sounds like it actually took place last night. 2 of the stalls over the market were destroyed, and all of the merchandise was stolen. That is most terrible indeed. A robbery? Oh my. I suppose that means the market might be opening late today. Which means you could end up with more customers as people wait here for a resolution. Louise, let's get this place ready. You got it. As for you, Ford, this is our problem, not yours. You just focus on your field study, and leave this incident to us locals. You have your own tasks to worry about after all. Of course. We'll be back later. Thanks again. So what should we do? I have to admit I'm curious. It's not far, so you might as well go and have a look. Alright, let's take a slight detour and see what's happening at the market then. Might as well. I mean, everyone else is over here already. Huh? What's going on? Oh, goddammit, they're fighting again. I'm sorry, the Grand Market isn't quite open for business yet. Oh, it's the students from yesterday. Good morning. Opening late after all, I see. Afraid so. Guess you already know about the robbery yesterday, huh? The 2 merchants whose stores were destroyed are still arguing about it. You bastard! You're not gonna get away with this! Oh no, not them! The merchant came to try and break them up, but he doesn't seem to be having much luck. I hope no one ends up getting hurt. What should we do, Reed? Maybe we could try talking to them? Considering everything that's happened yesterday, you just might be the cavalry we need right now. Would you mind? Nah, not at all. Let's go. How dare you destroy my stall, you damned coward! I knew you country folk weren't to be trusted. Who else could it have been? Just come clean and admit it already. Hey, what you calling a coward, you Heimdallr and snob? You're the one who destroyed my spot, wanted my spot off of yourself. Calm down, gentlemen, please. Playing all innocent and trying to paint me as the bad guy here, you make me sick. What do you say we settle this here, right now? Bring it on. Hold it! Class 7? You kids again. Keep your noses out of this. I'm gonna make you pay for smashing my stall. Smash it. Wow, they're really completely ruined. This is awful. However, harming one another is not going to bring them back. In the end, they will still be smacked, and you will still be worse off. But this anger isn't gonna go away unless I do something! You took all my goods too, so I haven't even gotten anything to sell. What are you talking about? You were the one who stole my goods! And you're going to get them all back right now, and fix the damage you did to my stall, or else I can't be responsible for my actions. This isn't good. I don't think they're even listening to what we're saying at this point. What do we do? Stop this! Stop this at once! Provincial Army? What? What is the meaning of this? It's the middle of the morning. Stop this nonsense immediately. But I believe you are the one in charge here. I demand an explanation as to what has transpired. Well, you see, the market manager explains to the provincial army officer what has happened the previous night. I see. The solution is simple then. Men, take them away. Yes, sir. What? What do you mean, take us away? 2 stalls were destroyed, 2 sets of goods were stolen. The truth is as clear as day. 2 merchants in the midst of a heated disagreement committed the same crime at the same time. But that's not fair, Do you not think it is premature to draw such a conclusion without any investigation? The provincial army doesn't have time to waste on solving such petty squabbles and merchants. But I'm not an unreasonable man. Cease your disputes and you will be left alone. Continue and you will come with us. Choice is yours. They're trying to force both merchants to forget this ever happened, sweep the whole deal under the rug. Yeah, something about this seems really wrong. Very good then. I'm sure you can agree that wasting time with shenanigans like this is detrimental to all parties involved. I hope you'll think twice before causing such a ruckus ever again. Now, if you'll excuse us, I'm a busy man and I have more pressing matters to attend to. There they go. Well, I guess they did stop those 2 from fighting, but they did nothing to solve the underlying problem. This isn't right. I see now how the provincial army conducts itself. I'm sure you're both still pretty angry about this, but right now the 2 of you need to focus on keeping cool-headed. If you have the time to fight, try to use that time for something more productive instead. You'll feel a lot better. Yeah. I shouldn't have let my anger take control of me like that. We can't open the Grand Market for business until we've cleaned up these busted stalls. And we're already running late, so I hate to ask, but would you all mind lending me a hand? Market Manager Otto, with assistance from the merchants of the market, cleared away the remnants of the 2 stalls. And with the help of Rain and the others on top of that, the Grand Market was finally able to open for the day, albeit a little behind schedule.